What are unethical tactics in a negotiation? Well, generally, there's no specific definition that qualifies anything totally as an unethical tactic. But a general definition would be that it's something meant to deceive or harm another person that has no justifying cause or no overwhelming societal good or purpose that would justify the deceit or harm to the other person. Okay? Most tactics you run into are what we call ethically ambiguous. That is, in one situation it may be unethical, in another situation it is ethical. Okay, so this is going to depend heavily upon the reasoning of the person and the particular context or circumstances in which the tactic occurs. Some areas of, or some types of tactics that generally are considered unethical relate to the motive of the individual. That is, you're seeking to somehow exert influence or power or competition in a way that results in harm or deceit. So with that being said, we can focus primarily not just on the motives, but the effect of what is done. So first, deception. Anytime you deceive another person, there is potential that that deception is unethical. Now, if the deception is for the person's own good, or it is going to give rise to a greater good in order to effectuate some cause that you're seeking to carry out, then deception may be okay. So once again, the effect is tied to the motive. What is your motive here? Next, breaking a promise. In some situations, it may be necessary to break a promise to promote the greater good, but otherwise breaking a promise is generally thought to break one's word or bond to another person. So in a negotiation where much is placed on the context of trust, that is, you can put some level of surety on how the other person is going to act or react in a given situation, breaking one's promise destroys trust, and oftentimes because the effect is amplified beyond just the outcome of the negotiation, breaking a promise is generally considered unethical. And another scenario is exploiting someone's lack of knowledge. That is, you have knowledge that they don't have. And in doing so, you're able to somehow take advantage of them. You are able to exert more value in the situation that otherwise they wouldn't give up if they had this additional information. Now, in every scenario that may not be unethical, but in a scenario where you are not expressing that you have some understanding or knowledge that they don't, even if you don't tell them, if you're keeping that hidden from the other side, oftentimes that's very closely related to deception. You are actively withholding something that otherwise would change their point of view in a given situation or scenario. So that, once again, could be considered unethical. So when you're thinking about unethical tactics or you're evaluating the ethicality of it, understand that there are no hard and fast tactics that are always going to be unethical. It relates to the effect and the motive of the tactic used.